morning, everyone. Good morning. It's not like church. You can actually come forward. That's the same in every church, even my own church. So we'd like to welcome everyone this morning to a great occasion, Apple Fest taking place. The largest number of vendors that we've had in its history, over 200 vendors, and I'll have to keep this closer so you can hear over the traffic. But we'd like to welcome everyone. This has been a process and a project in the works for approximately 12 years. So back in 2010, the idea arose to redevelop the parks, and that was led by Barb Rosine at the time, and a grant from Michigan State University for a student design project. And so that was the impetus, the initial effort in which to put forth the design for the redevelopment of the Four Corners Park. Four Corners was originally part of the original plat of the village of the city of Coldwater, and it's always served as the front door to the community. The last time in which it had been redeveloped or renovated was part of urban renewal. That was back in 1972, was the last time in which any major improvements have been made to the park. So I just wanted to make a few more comments, and I'll turn it over to the mayor, and then we'll do a ribbon cutting is why we're here this morning. So the process itself involves many different people, committees. You have over here on the table, we have a program. If you want to take one with you to see the acknowledgements, all the people that have been involved. Hopefully we didn't forget anyone. But there's just been dozens and dozens of people that have been involved in the course of this process to design and then renovate these wonderful parks. Each park has a particular purpose. This one, the city didn't previously have a veterans memorial or a veterans park. And so this, in conjunction with the work that Jerry Ford has done out at Oak Grove Cemetery, really now serves as our formal veterans remembrance and veterans memorial to those that have served in our community. We wanted to highlight the library across the street with that park, and having an art walk, having places in which people could congregate for literacy and for art. We have our event space behind you on the southwest corner. That was purposely kept as open as possible so that with Apple Fest or Strawberry Fest or any other events in the future, that those continue to operate and be engaged downtown. And then similarly with the one in the northwest corner, almost complete, with the exception of some delays in our materials and equipment. That will be completed very soon. There again, this has been 12 years in the making. We want to thank the council, city council for the city of Coldwater, who identified, who purposely saved for and set aside funding for the project. And over the course of the last 2 years, we've constructed this project. The project itself is about a $900,000 project. And so it's a significant investment by the city. And with that, that's a good transition to kind of talk about what the impact of the park is relative to downtown, and I'll turn it over to Mayor Tom Kramer.
Thanks, Keith. On behalf of the entire City Council, several members are here today. I want to welcome everybody. I am very pleased to announce, I've been told to tell you that Keith's Jewelry is having a 90% off sale today, so when you're done here, go down there and help yourself to whatever you want. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it. You guys know this. I was told I had to say a few things, so you're going to have to bear with me, but I promise you it'll be brief. Every neighborhood, every business, every part of Coldwater is important to us. The reason this day is special is because I think many communities have an identity, a snapshot that comes to mind when you think of their town, you mention their name. For me, when I think of Marshall, I think of the fountain as you enter town. When I think of Ionia, I think of the brick pavers that form Main Street. When I think of Saugatuck, I think of the harbor downtown. I think when people think of Coldwater, the Four Corners is the picture that comes into their mind. Our identity, the vision, the impressions others have of Coldwater comes in part from that snapshot that pops into their mind when you say Coldwater. As I said, every part of this town is important, but the downtown and the Four Corners is the heart of Coldwater. Success and good impressions here is what people leave with and or value enough to stay. We've made a serious effort to create a healthy downtown. With the new reality of online shopping, we've had to adjust, modify what used to work and no longer does. Housing, restaurants, events, specialty retail seems to be the new model for a successful downtown. And we've made a significant financial commitment of staff and dollars to keep it viable. We've worked with developers on projects like the Gillespie Funeral Home, the lofts at Mill Plaza, the Kerr Hardware Building, and many others. We've invested over $5 million in public parking lots and roads. We've got dedicated staff trying to help businesses organize events like Apple Fest. We're close to bringing the Children's Museum downtown, and we've got 2 or 3 new restaurants in the works. I said before, we can't do it without private individuals who have the vision and are willing to take the risks. Those individuals, I think, are more willing to invest when they see progress, vitality, and a government that tries to help and encourage rather than get in the way. That's what we've been working on. We're trying our best. This park revitalization is part of that, and I want to thank all the staff and the contractors who worked hard to bring this together as we dedicate the park to the citizens of Coldwater. Thank you very much.
So as we set up for the ribbon cutting, there are a couple acknowledgements I'd like to make specifically. So the designer of the Four Corners Park for this entire 10-year process has been PM Blau Incorporated. Pam Blau, our designer, is with us this morning. And Pam, if you would wait. And then our general contractor, our local general contractor, Parish Excavating. We have Mark Diamond and other representatives of Parish here, so we want to thank them as well in their assistance and partnership. I mean, this is a high-profile project for all of us and an improvement to the community. So we want to thank them and thank Pam for all the work they've done over this number of years in which it's taken to get to this point. So.
Thank you everybody for coming for this event. What a beautiful park. It's going to be the site of many, many, many activities here in Coldwater, I'm sure. Anyway, so I'm from the Coldwater Chamber and we're going to do the ribbon cutting. First, we're going to just do the cutting with Keith and the mayor and Abby. And then what I'd like to have you do is everybody come on up around the memorial so we can get a photo with everybody that's here. Will that work for you? Okay, thank you.
Professional ribbon cutters.
Okay.
Yeah. Have pictures. Ready?
Here we go.
Council.
Don't be shy.
Thank you very much.